Dear students, this is a video on session 8 in which we are going to discuss on ashlar masonry. So this is the second type of stone masonry. The first one is rubble masonry we discussed in session 7. So in this type of masonry construction, the work built from carefully dressed stones with accurate bedding and jointing is termed as a ashlar masonry. So in the other type, it was not dressed properly because as the name says it is a rubble masonry. So here it is accurately dressed. So in this type of construction the square or rectangular blocks of stones are used. The courses are not necessary of the same height. The height of the stones varies from 250 mm to 300 mm. The height of these. The length of the stone should not exceed 3 times the height and the depth of the wall should be at least equal to half of the height. So we'll see one by one. There are total 6 types of ashlar masonry. First one is ashlar fine masonry. So all the stones are fine tooled on all beds and sides joints here. The height of the course is never less than 30 centimeter. All courses are kept of same height and the height of the stones used is never less than their breadth and their length not less than twice their height. This condition should be satisfied. The face stones are generally laid as a header and stretcher alternatively. The thickness of the mortar joint should not exceed 3 mm. It gives perfectly smooth appearance but it is costly in a construction. So ashlar fine masonry means it, as a name says, it is finely dressed and more importantly the height of the course is never less than 30 centimeters and all courses are of same height. Okay, these are the some important features actually, and also thickness of the mortar joint should not exceed 3 mm. So this is how it looks actually, the fine ashlar fine masonry. So next is ashlar rough tooled. Uh, the exposed faces of the stone generally have a fine dressed chisel drafting all around the edges, but the face is made rough by means of tools. The exposed faces of the stone generally have a fine dressed chisel drafting all around the edges, but the face is made rough by means of tools. So the thickness of the mortar joint should not exceed 6 mm. A strip about 25 mm wide and made by means of chisel is provided around the perimeter of every stone. Something like this. So this is regarding the ashlar rough tooled. So here the thickness of the mortar joints does not exceed 6 mm. A strip about 25 mm wide and made by means of chisel is provided around the perimeter of every stone that you can see here. Ashlar rock or quarry faced masonry. It's the third type. In this type, of ashlar masonry, a strip about 25 mm wide and made by means of chisel is provided around the perimeter of every stone exposed for view, as in case of rough tooled ashlar. So, but the remaining portion of the face left in the same form as it is received from the quarry. There it is chisel dressed. Here they'll keep as it is. So only projections of on the face known as the bushings exceeding 80 mm are removed by a hammer. This type of construction gives massive appearance. Something like this. So there will be a glue around the perimeter of each and every stone. So the next is ashlar chamfered masonry. In this masonry, the strip is provided as above, the same as this one, but is chamfered at an angle 45 degree by means of chisel for a depth about 25 mm. So another strip 12 mm wide then provided on the remaining exposed face of the stone and the surface inside the strip is left in the same form as received from the quarries. So we can see. So large bushings projections more than 80 mm are removed by a hammer. Any appearance of the grooved joints are obtained with the help of this type of construction. You can see. This is very finely dressed actually. This is actually how it looks with the groove. So what it says is, in this masonry the strip is provided as above, that is around the perimeter of the stone, but it is chamfered at the angle of 45 degree by means of chisel for a depth about 25 mm. That is, the depth is 25 mm at 45 degree angle. So another strip 12 mm wide with when provided on the remaining exposed face of the stone, and the surface inside the strip is left in the same form as received from the quarries. The large bushings projecting more than 80 mm are removed by a hammer. A neat appearance of the grooved joints is obtained with the help of this type of construction. So next is ashlar block in course masonry. So this is something like this. So it occupies the intermediate position between the rubble masonry and the ashlar masonry. The faces of the stones are generally hammer dressed and the thickness of the mortar joints does not exceed 6 mm. The depth of the course varies from 200 mm to 300 mm. So it is used for heavy engineering work such as retaining walls. It's called ashlar block in course. So it occupies an intermediate position between the rubble masonry and the ashlar masonry. So the face of the stones are generally hammer dressed and the thickness of the mortar does not 6 mm. So the depth of the course varies from 200 to 300 mm and it's used for heavy engineering works. Next is ashlar facing. So here you can see these are the stones and this is the brick. So it provides with the brick or concrete block masonry. So it goes with the brick masonry as well as concrete block masonry to give a better appearance. The sides and beds of each block are properly dressed so as to make them true to shape. So only at the corners you can see. The exposed faces of the stones are rough tooled and chamfered. The backing of the wall may be made up of brick masonry. So only outside you will have this. The backing or inside you will have a brick masonry. So it's provided with a brick or concrete block masonry to give the better appearance. The sides of and beds of each block are properly dressed so as to make them into true shape. So exposed faces of the stones are roughly tooled and chamfered. The backing of wall may be made of brick masonry. So that completes the ashlar masonry and its types and properties in the topic called masonry. Uh, Next, we'll going to discuss on the different joints in a masonry, especially in a stone masonry. So, in order to secure the stones firmly with each other, the following types of joints are provided. So, one is butt or square joint, second is a rebated or lap joint, third is tongued or grooved joint, fourth is stable joint, fifth is saddle joint, sixth is a rusticated joint, seventh plug joint, eighth is dowel joint, and the last one is cramp joint. So total 9 different types of joints are provided in stone masonry to make it form. We'll see one by one. Butt or square joint. In this type of square surface of one stone, in this type, the square surface of one stone is placed against that of another as shown in a figure. This is the most common joint and extensively used in ordinary work. So here, as the name says, butt or square joint. The square faces of two stones are joined together. So simple mortar joint called butt joint, or they keep as it is. That is according to the requirement. Next is rebated or lapped joint. So in this type, the rebates are provided which prevents the movement of stones. The length of the rebates depends upon the nature of the work, but it should not be less than 70 mm. This one. Okay. This joint is used for archwork or on gables, because to uh, sit properly. The stones should be sit properly. Here it is shown a little longer length actually, but this is done in between the two stones. It's called a lapping joint, lapped joint. Next is tongue joint or groove joint. In this type of projection, the projection is kept on the same on the stone, and a corresponding sinking is provided on the other stone over the other. This joint is also known as joggle joint. So another name. So there is a groove in one, and in another stone there is a shape called tongue. That's why it is tongued. Okay, they lock each other. So in this type, the projection is kept on the stone and the corresponding sinking is provided on the other. So this is called tongue joint. It's also called joggle joint. Next is a table joint. So in this type, a joggle is formed in the bed of the stone to prevent the lateral movement. So the depth of the projection is about 1/3 of the breadth of the stone. This projection, depth of the projection is about 1/3 of the breadth of the stone. This type of joint is used in case of structures such as sea walls where the lateral pressure is heavy. So lateral pressure is from the water here. So it will not slip away actually. So when there is a lateral load from this side or horizontal loads, it will not slip easily. So because of this projection and locking system. Next is saddle door water joint. So in this type, the stone is rounded off. This type of joint is provided to protect the joints of the cornices. It's called cornice. And such other weathered surfaces. So it's called a saddle or water joint. Rusticated joint. Sometimes the margins or edges of the stones used for plinth, coil, outer walls of lower stories, etc., are sunk below the general level. The term restricted is used to indicate such masonry. The three forms of rusticated joints are shown in figure. The channel joint is more common, the first one. In this joint, the sinking is made on the lower joint so as to avoid the possibility of entry of water through the mortar joints. Second one is the V joint, V and channel joint in the other one. Next is called plug joint. So in this type of joint, the dovetail shaped mortises are provided in the sides of the adjacent stones as shown in a figure here. When stones are placed in a position, uh, the molten lead is poured in the joint, which then, when cooled, connects the joint stones firmly. The cement grout is sometimes used in place of the molten lead. This joint is used for copings, cornices, etc. So this is called a plug. This is called a club. Uh, when you take the section at A, B, it looks like that. This is this portion called plug, and this is called dovetail. So this type, the dovetail shaped mortises are provided in the sides of the adjacent of the stones. You can see like this. Okay, shown the figure. When the stones are placed in position, then molten lead is poured in the joint, which when cold connects the stone firmly. The stone grout is cement grout is sometimes used in place of molten lead. This type of joint is used for copings, cornices, etc. So if you see in the plan, it looks like this. There are two stones. This is called a plaque. You can see here. So molten lead or cement grout is poured here to stick firmly. And the next one is dowel joint. So in this type of joint, hole is cut into each stone and loose dowels, which are small pieces of hard stones, slate, gunmetal, brass, bronze, or copper, are inserted and secured with the cement as shown in a figure. So the dowel joint can be easily used in place of joggle joints. So these two are the groove positions in a different stones. So dowel is again a small piece of hard stone or slate or gunmetal, brass, bronze or copper. So they are inserted and secured with the cement mortar. Okay. So dowel joint, when adopted for columns, it is known as a bed plug. So the dowels are generally 25 mm thick and 100 mm to 150 mm long. This joint also ensures the stability of stones against the displacement. Okay. So through this help of dowel, the two stones will stick firmly. So the last one is a cramp joint. So in this type of joint, so here you can see these. This is the two different stones. This is called cramp here. The shape C shape is called cramp, and called cement mortar in this groove. It is filled with cement mortar. This is cramp actually. Just show the cramp called cramp joint. So in this type of joint, the cramps are used instead of dowels. The cramps are the pieces of non-corrosive metals such as gunmetal, copper, etc., and their ends are turned down into a depth about 40 mm to 50 mm here. 40 mm to 50 mm. The heights, width, and thickness of the cramps vary from 200 mm to 300 mm, 25 to 50 mm, that's width. The thickness is 5 mm to 10 mm respectively. The holes made on the stone should be of dovetail shape. Okay, this is called dovetail shape. Holes are. It prevents the tendency of joints to be pulled apart. The cramps are placed in position, grouted and covered with a cement, lead or asphalt. So these are the details of different types of joints used between the stones in masonry.